Welcome back to the Michaela Besser Show. This week we'll have two special guests, one Civil War veteran and one doctor from the Civil War. So everybody, let's welcome Colonel General Samuel Samston. Welcome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Please take a seat. So tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm 77. I grew up in Georgia. I fought in the Battle of Aquia Creek in Virginia, and I currently reside in South Dakota.
Oh, very interesting. So I see you have a flannel shirt over your regular shirt. Can you tell me about that?
Well, in battle, we would wear plaid shirts or flannel shirts under our uniforms usually to prevent from diseases. But now it's just a superstition to wear one over my clothes because I'm not in uniform anymore as a superstition, but it didn't really work.
So if it didn't really work against preventing diseases, did you have anything else?
They would give us some mercury in a paste form for diseases to prevent.
Very interesting. So what about injuries? Did you have any? I see you had an injury. What happened there?
I did. Well, I was down by the river getting some water with some fellow soldiers, and weren't paying attention to our surroundings, and before I knew it, we heard some gunshots, and next thing I knew, my arm was all bloody, and we rushed back to camp, and yeah.
So what happened at camp?
They took me to the medical tent, and they gave me some chloroform to knock me out before surgery, and I woke up and this was here.
Oh, very interesting. So obviously injuries were problematic for the soldiers. Was
They
there
were.
anything else?
Well, you know, we only had the uniform on our back. We didn't have a lot more. We lived in shacks, so we were always like to the elements. We were always,
Right.
yeah. And we were always tired, and we were always, you know, hearing gunshots ringing in our ears.
Right. That could be stressful. I can't
It
imagine.
was.
Well, thank you for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Nope.
All right. Thank you, Colonel General.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So next up, we'll have Dr. George Jorgensen.
Go.
Welcome back to the Michaela Besser Show. Let's welcome Dr. George Jorgensen from the Civil War. Welcome. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
So can you tell me about your experience as a doctor?
It was really hard to be a doctor in the Civil War because of all the soldiers that would come in with a bunch of different injuries. It was really hard to see all of that.
Right. So a soldier already came in with an amputated arm. Is that common?
That was very common. Even though the main reason for disease and illness of that time during the Civil War was from uncooked meat or unsanitary foods, 75% of the surgeries that we did were amputations.
Oh wow, that's a lot. How did you do the amputations?
Well, when the soldier came in with an injury that would cause them to need an amputation, we would use chloroform as an anesthetic so that they would be asleep during the procedure. And then we would use a bone saw, which is a lot like a regular saw, just smaller. And we would use that to amputate their arm.
Oh, very interesting. So the soldier also said something about mercury paste. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, we would mix mercury with chalk and honey, and we would use that as a paste for prevention of illness and disease and give it to the soldiers.
Interesting. Well, thank you for your time, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
That was a very interesting show. So next week, watch us for Goat Boy.